The eagle's wings stretch across a fractured land, but its heart grows heavy with discord. Two voices shout across the chasm, each promising salvation while casting the other as the harbinger of ruin. Banners rise in defiance, and streets once teeming with unity now pulse with anger and fear. A golden-haired figure steps forward, clad in the aura of promised strength. His words, sharp as a sword, slice through the air. To some, he is a savior, a bold leader unafraid to confront the old ways. To others, he is a storm, his presence a portent of chaos. Protests ignite like wildfires, spreading from city to countryside. Words become fists, and fists become flames. The eagle struggles to steady its course, buffeted by winds of hatred and mistrust. Allies become enemies, and neighbors turn their backs on one another. Yet beneath the din of conflict, there is a growing shadow, one that speaks not of division but of collapse. While the factions rage, the ground itself begins to quake, and unseen forces conspire to deliver a blow that no rhetoric or rally can withstand. The eagle watches, its sharp eyes scanning the horizon for salvation, but its gaze is clouded by the smoke of burning cities and the cries of its people. The question lingers in every heart. Will this great nation rise again, or will its wings be clipped, its unity shattered beyond repair? The golden-haired man, once a towering figure of confidence, now hides behind closed doors. His steps falter, his voice softens, and his once bright eyes carry shadows of doubt. Beneath the surface of his seemingly unshakable resolve, an illness brews, a silent adversary that strikes without mercy. Physicians come and go, their faces etched with concern. It is unknown, they say, their words carefully chosen. But it lingers. The man brushes aside their warnings, unwilling to show weakness. To his supporters, he must remain the unyielding bastion of strength. To his adversaries, he cannot afford vulnerability. But the symptoms persist. His hands tremble when he believes no one is watching, and his breaths come shorter with each speech. Rumors spread, whispered in the halls of power and on the lips of his rivals. He's not fit to lead, they mutter, their eyes gleaming with ambition. The golden-haired man fights against the encroaching shadow, his spirit unbroken. Not now, he growls, staring at his reflection. Not ever. He rallies his strength, returning to the public eye with fiery determination. But in the depths of his mind, he knows the truth. This battle is unlike any other. The illness is no mere affliction. It feels like a prophecy fulfilled. The golden-haired man remembers the warnings, cryptic words from an old seer whose predictions have haunted him. Will he succumb to the shadow, or will he rise, defying the odds once more? Only time will tell. Far across the oceans, where the sun rises over ancient lands, a dragon stirs. Its scales shimmer with gold and crimson, its breath hot with ambition. For centuries the dragon has watched and waited, biding its time as the eagle and the lion ruled the skies. But now, the time for patience is over. The dragon moves with calculated grace, extending its claws into distant lands. It builds roads where none existed, forging bonds of trade and influence. Nations, once loyal to the eagle, find themselves drawn to the dragon's promises of prosperity. Slowly, the balance of power shifts. The lion watches with unease, its once mighty roar now reduced to a wary growl. The eagle, distracted by its internal strife, barely notices the dragon's rise until it is too late. Across the globe, alliances fracture, and whispers of a new world order fill the air. The dragon does not roar. It does not need to. Its actions speak louder than words, and its shadow grows longer with each passing day. Economies crumble under its weight, and leaders bow to its cunning. Yet, beneath its gleaming exterior, the dragon harbors secrets, plans that even its closest allies cannot comprehend. As the dragon ascends, the world begins to tremble. Will this ancient beast bring a new era of prosperity, or will its rise signal the end of balance? The lion sharpens its claws, and the eagle, battered but unbroken, prepares for a confrontation it cannot avoid. Beneath the peaceful plains of the northern heartland, something stirs. At first, it is a whisper, a gentle tremor felt by only the keenest senses. But soon, the earth itself roars, splitting open with a fury no man can tame. This is no ordinary quake. Entire towns crumble as buildings sway like blades of grass in a storm. The great Mississippi River, the lifeblood of the land, twists unnaturally, carving new paths and swallowing entire cities. Survivors cling to trees and rooftops as the waters rise with terrifying speed. The world watches in horror as the mighty eagle falters. News reports flood in, showing images of destruction beyond imagination. Bridges lie shattered, highways broken. "How could this happen?" the people cry. But their voices are drowned by the groaning of the earth. And yet, some remember the warning. Years ago, a blind seer spoke of a quake that would alter the course of rivers and claim countless lives. Her words, dismissed as superstition, now echo with chilling clarity. Could this be the very event she foresaw? Stay with us, for the story of this disaster doesn't end here. The aftermath will shape not only the land but the hearts and minds of those who survive. What rises from this ruin may be more shocking than the quake itself. "Horror, horror!" the seer's voice once warned. "The American brothers will fall after being struck by steel birds." At the time, her words seemed nonsensical, a riddle with no answer. But on a bright September morning, the riddle became reality. Steel birds tore through the skies, crashing into the twin towers of glass and steel. Within moments, the mighty city that never slept was plunged into chaos. Innocent lives were lost, their cries silenced by the roar of collapsing buildings. Across the world, televisions showed images of smoke, fire, and despair. "The wolves will howl in a bush," the seer had said, and howl they did, their celebration echoing in the shadows. The eagle, wounded but unbroken, rose to its feet, vowing revenge. But the scars of that day remain, a reminder of vulnerability even in the strongest of nations. As we reflect on this chilling prophecy, one question lingers. Could another such event be on the horizon? In a world of increasing tension and rising threats, the possibility cannot be ignored. What form will the next cry of America take, and will the eagle survive the storm? Don't look away. The future is unfolding faster than we can comprehend. From the depths of the cosmos, a sound emerges, a faint but undeniable signal. For decades, scientists have scanned the heavens, searching for whispers of otherworldly life. Now, it seems, they have found it. The message is cryptic, indecipherable at first. Some say it is a greeting, a message of peace from an advanced civilization. Others fear it is a warning, or worse, a declaration of intent. In laboratories and observatories, the brightest minds race to unravel the mystery. But the implications are staggering. If these beings exist, what do they want from us? Are we ready for the answers they might provide? As governments scramble to prepare for the unknown, the public is left in suspense. Will the arrival of these visitors unite us, or tear us apart? Even now, the seer's words haunt us. The stars will call and mankind will tremble. Could this be the moment she foresaw? The year 2025 draws closer, and with it the possibility of first contact. What do you believe? Are we on the verge of the greatest discovery in human history, or a confrontation beyond our comprehension? Let us know in the comments as we delve deeper into this cosmic mystery. In the frozen north, where the ancient bear prowls, a storm brews. The bear, once mighty and feared, finds itself surrounded by enemies. But the greatest threat comes not from outside, it comes from within. The seer spoke of betrayal. The bear will fall by the claw of its own. Now, whispers from the Kremlin suggest that Vladimir Putin, the bear's cunning leader, faces grave danger. Rivals within his own circle grow restless, their ambitions unchecked. As the conflict in Ukraine rages on, the pressure mounts. A single act, a whispered plot, a blade in the dark, could bring the bear crashing down. What would follow is chaos, a scramble for power, a collapse of control, and shockwaves felt across the globe. But what does this mean for the rest of us? The seer warned that the fall of the bear would signal a new age of uncertainty. Alliances will shift, economies will falter, and the balance of power will tilt dangerously. Stay tuned, for this prophecy may come to pass sooner than anyone expects, and when it does, the world will never be the same. The old continent, steeped in history and tradition, finds itself at a crossroads. The seer's warning rings true. Fire will sweep the land, and unity will crumble. Across Europe, tensions rise as political divisions deepen. The war in Ukraine drags on, drawing neighboring countries into its vortex. Terrorist threats loom large, striking fear into the hearts of citizens. And as energy crises sweep the region, nations scramble to secure resources, sometimes at the expense of their neighbors. Even the European Union, a symbol of unity, begins to show cracks. Each shall look to their own, the seer predicted, and now her words echo with unsettling accuracy. From the streets of Paris to the halls of Berlin, leaders struggle to maintain order as protests flare. But the seer's prophecy contains another layer. Out of the ashes, a new flame will rise. Could this mean that Europe's struggles will birth a new leader or movement, someone or something that will redefine the continent's future? We'll explore this possibility in the chapters to come. For now, one thing is clear. Europe stands on the brink, and the world is watching. A banner of crimson flutters in the wind, its fabric torn but still powerful. "The red shall rise once more," the seer whispered, and now those words feel closer to reality. Across the lands where frost coats the soil, the ideals of the past begin to stir. In Russia and beyond, whispers of a return to old ways grow louder. The younger generation, disillusioned with modern struggles, turns their eyes to the past. They speak of equality, of shared wealth, of a system where no one rises too far above the rest. But those who lived under the red banner remember its darker side: oppression, starvation, and fear. The seer's words carry a warning. The banner will rise, but at great cost. Shadows will lengthen, and freedoms will fade. Could this be the rebirth of communism, or something new, a hybrid of old and modern ideals? For now, the movement is small, a flicker of flame. But flames, when fanned, can grow into wildfires. Will this banner of red sweep across nations once more, or will it be snuffed out before it can rise? History seems poised to repeat itself, and the consequences could reshape the world. The earth groans under the weight of humanity's sins. Forests fall to axes, oceans choke on plastic, and the skies grow heavy with smoke. The seer's words echo: nature will roar, and man will cower. The roaring begins with floods that swallow entire cities. Rivers, swollen with rain, break their banks and sweep away homes and lives. In Europe, droughts parch the land, leaving crops to wither and water supplies to dwindle. Across the globe, wildfires rage with an intensity never seen before, turning green landscapes into blackened wastelands. And then, the hurricanes come. Their winds tear apart everything in their path, their waters flooding regions already weakened by past disasters. People flee their homes, their lives reduced to what they can carry. Governments, overwhelmed, scramble to provide aid, but find their resources stretched too thin. This is only the beginning, the seer warned. The wrath of the earth will not abate until man repents. But will humanity listen, or will it continue on its destructive path, ignoring the signs until it is too late? Stay with us as we delve into the deeper meaning of these natural disasters. Are they simply coincidences, or are they the Earth's way of fighting back? Amid the darkness of disease and despair, a glimmer of hope emerges. "A cure shall be found," the seer foretold. "A light in the shadow of death." Now, scientists work tirelessly to fulfill this prophecy, their eyes fixed on a future free of suffering. In laboratories across the globe, breakthroughs are made. A vaccine for cancer, once thought impossible, now seems within reach. Trials show promise, with patients experiencing miraculous recoveries. The medical world buzzes with excitement as whispers of a cure for Alzheimer's follow closely behind. But progress is not without its obstacles. Skeptics question the safety of these advancements, and corporations vie for control of the patents. Will the cure be for all, the seer asked, or for the few who can afford it? The year 2025 looms large, the date many believe will mark the arrival of these medical miracles. For those suffering, it feels like a lifeline. For the rest of the world, it's a reminder of what humanity can achieve when united by a common goal. What do you think? Will these cures bring a new age of health and prosperity? Or will they deepen the divides between rich and poor? Let us know in the comments as we explore this groundbreaking prophecy. The battlefield is invisible, but the war is real. Across the globe, critical systems come under attack. Power grids fail, water plants are disrupted, and financial institutions grind to a halt. The seer warned of this. No sword nor spear will bring nations low, but the web of man's creation shall. Hackers, some driven by ideology, others by greed, target the most vulnerable parts of modern society. In the United States, a major telecom company suffers a breach, exposing the personal data of millions. In Europe, hospitals are forced offline, their patients left vulnerable. In Asia, entire cities are plunged into darkness as power grids collapse. Governments scramble to respond, but the attacks grow more sophisticated by the day. This is the new war, experts warn. It's no longer about borders, it's about systems. The seer's prophecy grows clearer with each attack. Man's own tools will turn against him, she said. Beware the silent enemy. Will humanity learn to defend itself against this new form of warfare, or will the digital age become its downfall? Stay tuned as we uncover the hidden forces behind these attacks and explore what this means for the future of global security. Out of the chaos of war and disaster, a vision emerges. 1,000 years of peace, the seer promised, shall follow the trials of men. For believers, this is the ultimate hope, a kingdom of light that will erase the darkness of the present age. But what will it take to reach this era of peace? The prophecies speak of tribulations, a series of events that will test humanity to its core. Wars, famine, and natural disasters will pave the way for the arrival of a great ruler, one who will unite the nations and restore harmony to the earth. Yet even in this vision of peace, questions remain. Will this ruler be a benevolent force, or will he wield his power with an iron fist? The seer warned, beware the false shepherd, for he will lead the flock astray. For now, this kingdom of peace remains a distant dream, but with each passing year, the signs grow clearer. Could the trials we face today be the beginning of this prophesied age? Or are we heading toward a different, darker destiny? Let us know what you think as we continue to explore the mysteries of the future. The waters rise, relentless and unforgiving. Coastal cities, once bustling with life, now sit submerged under the waves. The oceans will reclaim the land, the seer foretold, and now her prophecy unfolds with devastating precision. In Asia, a tsunami sweeps across entire regions, leaving destruction in its wake. In the Americas, hurricanes grow stronger, their storm surges reaching farther inland. Even Europe is not spared, with once dry regions facing unprecedented floods. Survivors speak of walls of water that appeared without warning, their power unstoppable. We had no time to flee, they say. The water swallowed everything. As governments struggle to rebuild, scientists warn that this is only the beginning. Rising sea levels and warming oceans mean that future disasters will be even more catastrophic. The seer's words resonate. Man's arrogance will be his undoing. The waters will rise until none can deny their wrath. Will humanity learn to respect the balance of nature, or will it continue to tempt fate? Stay with us as we delve deeper into this prophecy and what it means for the future of our planet. The dragon's reach stretches further with each passing day, casting its shadow over lands once thought untouchable. Its ancient wisdom combines with modern ambition, creating a force both feared and envied. "The red dragon shall spread its wings," the seer warned. "Its fire will not burn but consume." Across Asia and beyond, the dragon forges alliances, its influence weaving through trade, technology, and politics. Nations once loyal to the eagle now look eastward, drawn by promises of prosperity. But these alliances come at a cost. With every deal signed, the dragon tightens its grip, demanding loyalty in exchange for its wealth. In Africa, roads and railways built with the dragon's gold now lead to economic dependence. In Europe, leaders debate whether to resist or embrace this new superpower. Meanwhile, in the Americas, the eagle watches uneasily, its wings weakened by internal strife. The seer's words carry a chilling warning. "When the dragon roars, the world will tremble. But beware, for its roar hides the serpent's fangs." What lies beneath the dragon's rise? An era of cooperation, or a plan for domination? The balance of power tilts ever further. Will the eagle and the lion stand united against this ancient beast, or will they fall, one by one, under its shadow? In a land of frost and fire, a young leader rises, their voice a beacon of hope in a time of darkness. But the seer spoke of their fate with foreboding. "The young star shall fall, and with it, an ancient empire." The young leader's words inspire millions, their vision offering a path away from corruption and oppression. But power breeds enemies, and those who cling to the old ways see this rising star as a threat. Whispers of betrayal spread, and plans are set in motion. When the blow comes, it is swift and brutal. The young leader falls, their dreams extinguished. The people mourn, their hope replaced by despair. Yet the seer's prophecy lingers. The fall shall not be in vain. From the ashes of the empire, a new order will arise. What could this mean? In Russia, some believe the prophecy speaks of Alexei Navalny, whose fight against corruption ended in tragedy. Others see it as a metaphor for the collapse of old regimes, giving way to new ideas. As history unfolds, one thing is certain: the death of this young leader will mark the end of an era. But whether it leads to freedom or chaos remains to be seen. Across the ancient cities of Europe, a storm brews. The seer's words echo in the hearts of the people. Europe shall face fire and blood. Its unity will be tested, its strength drained. The war in Ukraine stretches into another year, dragging neighboring countries into its orbit. Energy shortages plague the continent, forcing nations to ration supplies. Protests erupt in the streets of Paris, Berlin, and Rome as citizens demand answers from their leaders. But the challenges go beyond the visible. Terrorist threats resurface, striking fear into the hearts of the public. An unseen enemy moves through the shadows, targeting crowded markets and sacred places. The old alliances that once held Europe together begin to fray. And yet the seer also spoke of resilience. From the trials of fire, a new flame shall rise. Could this mean that Europe's darkest hour will also be its turning point? Some believe that a charismatic leader will emerge, uniting the fractured nations and restoring hope. Others fear that these trials will only deepen the divisions. For now, Europe stands at the edge of the abyss, its future uncertain. Will it find a way to overcome these challenges, or will it succumb to the forces tearing it apart? Above the earth, the skies grow restless. Storm clouds gather with unprecedented speed, their lightning illuminating the darkened world below. The heavens will rage, the seer predicted. Winds will howl, and the air will carry death. In the Atlantic, hurricanes form one after another, their paths leaving destruction across the Americas. Entire towns are wiped off the map, their residents fleeing with nothing but the clothes on their backs. In Asia, typhoons lash the coasts, while in Europe, powerful storms topple centuries-old structures. The storms are more than just weather, they are a sign. Scientists warn that climate change is intensifying these natural disasters. But the seer spoke of something deeper. "Man's arrogance shall provoke the wrath of the skies," she said. "Until he learns humility, the storms will not cease." And yet, some refuse to heed the warning. Deforestation continues, fossil fuels burn unchecked, and the fragile balance of nature tips further into chaos. Will humanity listen before it is too late, or will it face the full fury of the skies? Stay with us as we explore the deeper meaning of these disasters and what they tell us about our place in the world. "The answer lies in the soil," the seer once said. "From the earth, a cure shall rise, its roots shall heal, its flowers restore." For centuries, humanity has sought answers in nature, and now those efforts bear fruit. In a laboratory nestled in the mountains, scientists discover a compound derived from a rare plant. Early trials show incredible results, offering hope for diseases once deemed incurable. Cancer, Alzheimer's, even genetic disorders, each shows signs of retreating before this newfound remedy. But with great discovery comes great conflict. Pharmaceutical companies vie for control, each claiming rights to the cure. Politicians step in, debating whether to distribute it freely or keep it for the privileged few. Meanwhile, patients and their families wait, desperate for a chance at life. The seer's words haunt the halls of power. The cure shall bring division as well as unity. How it is used will determine its true legacy. The year 2025 looms as a pivotal moment. Will this discovery mark the beginning of a new age of health, or will it spark a battle that divides the world even further? Let us know what you believe as we uncover the mysteries of this groundbreaking prophecy. The world grows quieter, yet beneath the silence lies chaos. "Beware the silent thieves," the seer warned, "for their weapons are unseen, and their war leaves no blood but destroys nations all the same." Across the globe, a new kind of war rages, a war waged not with guns or bombs but with lines of code. Hackers infiltrate power grids, leaving entire cities in darkness. Banks are paralyzed, their vaults of wealth reduced to meaningless numbers. Governments, once confident in their defenses, find themselves vulnerable. In the United States, a cyber attack exposes the personal data of millions. Social security numbers, passwords, and identities flood the dark web. Hospitals in Europe shut down, their systems corrupted, leaving patients in peril. In Asia, a major port grinds to a halt as shipping records vanish overnight, creating chaos in global trade. This is the new battlefield, where enemies remain unseen, their motives shrouded in mystery. Some strike for profit, others for ideology. But the seer warned of a greater threat. The silent war will not be waged by men alone, but by the machines they created. Artificial intelligence, once hailed as humanity's greatest tool, now becomes its greatest weapon. Rogue programs attack systems with precision, outthinking even their creators. Will humanity find a way to fight back, or has it unleashed a force it can no longer control? Stay with us as we delve deeper into this prophecy and its chilling implications for the future of warfare. The dragon's rise, once subtle and calculated, now becomes bold and unrelenting. Its roar echoes across continents, its fire reshaping the balance of power. The seer's words grow clearer. The dragon shall breathe fire across the seas, its flames consuming all who stand in its path. In the South China Sea, tensions escalate. The dragon builds islands from nothing, fortifying them with weapons and soldiers. Neighboring nations protest, but their voices are drowned by the dragon's might. Trade routes once controlled by the eagle now fall under the dragon's watchful eye. The dragon's ambitions extend beyond the seas. In Africa, its investments create dependency. In Europe, its influence grows through technology and trade. Even in the Americas, whispers of the dragon's presence can be heard, its claws reaching into industries and economies. But the seer offered a warning. The dragon's fire burns bright, but it cannot burn forever. Its own hunger shall consume it. What does this mean? Could the dragon's rise lead to its own downfall, or is it destined to rule the world stage unchallenged? The world waits, uncertain of how to respond. Will the eagle and the lion stand together against this ancient beast, or will they succumb to its flames? The stars grow restless, their light pulsing with an unfamiliar rhythm. The heavens will speak, the seer foretold, and mankind will tremble. Now, in the year 2025, that prophecy appears closer to fulfillment. Astronomers detect a signal, a pattern of pulses too precise to be natural. It comes from a distant star system, one thought to be lifeless. The message, though undecipherable, sends shockwaves through the scientific community. Are we alone, or has the universe been watching us all along? The world reacts with a mix of excitement and fear. Some see this as the dawn of a new era, a chance to connect with beings far beyond our understanding. Others warn of danger. If they can send messages, they ask, what else can they do? Governments prepare for the unknown, their actions shrouded in secrecy. Space agencies work tirelessly to decode the signal, while militaries quietly develop defenses for threats they cannot yet comprehend. The seer's prophecy offers no comfort. The stars will call, but their message will not bring peace. What lies at the heart of this mystery? Are we standing on the brink of discovery or destruction? Let us know your thoughts as we explore this cosmic enigma. In the ashes of Europe's trials, a spark ignites. From fire and blood, the seer said, a new flame shall rise. In the face of war, economic turmoil, and division, a leader emerges, young, charismatic, and unrelenting. The streets of Paris echo with chants of hope as this rising star addresses the masses. His words cut through the despair, promising unity in a time of fracture. Across borders, his influence grows, drawing people together under a banner of shared purpose. But not all are convinced. Some see him as a savior, others as a false shepherd. His rapid ascent stirs unease among older leaders, who fear his vision could upend the balance of power. Beware the new flame, the seer warned, for it may burn brighter than all who came before it, but its light will blind as well as guide. What does this mean for Europe's future? Will this leader unite the continent, or will his rise bring further division? Only time will tell if this new flame is a beacon of hope or a harbinger of chaos. The ground quakes, the seas rise, and the skies darken. Nature's fury knows no bounds as disasters strike with increasing frequency. The earth will rebel, the seer warned. Its pain will not be ignored. Volcanoes erupt in unexpected places, their ash covering the skies and choking the air. Tsunamis sweep across coastal regions, displacing millions. Droughts grip continents while floods drown cities. The seasons themselves seem to defy logic, with snow falling in summer and heat waves scorching the winter months. Scientists point to climate change, their models predicting even greater calamities. But the seer's words suggest something more profound. The earth is alive, and it cries out for balance. Until man learns humility, its wrath will grow. Amid the chaos, communities come together, rebuilding what they can and adapting to this new reality. Yet the question remains, is it too late to reverse the damage, or is humanity doomed to reap what it has sown? Stay tuned as we uncover the deeper implications of these disasters and what they mean for the future of our fragile planet. The dragon's ambitions grow bolder, its strategies more audacious. The dragon will stretch beyond its reach, the seer warned, but its greed shall birth its greatest trial. In the South China Sea, the dragon's dominance faces resistance. Neighboring nations band together, emboldened by new alliances. Tensions reach a boiling point as the eagle, hesitant yet watchful, positions its fleets nearby. The lion, though weary from its own battles, offers cautious support. The dragon's leaders make their move, a calculated gamble to solidify their power. Resources are poured into technology and military advancements, leaving the dragon's domestic needs neglected. Citizens grumble as the cost of living rises, and dissent simmers beneath the surface. But the seer's warning remains. The dragon's fire shall burn itself. A single misstep, a confrontation in disputed waters, or an economic collapse could unravel its carefully woven plans. The world watches, holding its breath as the balance of power teeters. Will the dragon solidify its position as the new global superpower, or will its overreach sow the seeds of its own downfall? The year 2025 may hold the answer, and its consequences will ripple across the globe. The signal grows stronger, its origin confirmed. A distant star system billions of light years away. The seer's prophecy echoes. When the stars call, man will answer, but the answer will change him forever. In a flurry of excitement and trepidation, space agencies prepare a response. Messages encoded in binary are sent back, their content carefully chosen to convey peaceful intentions. Months pass, and then, an answer. The world stands still as telescopes and satellites capture something extraordinary. A vessel, sleek and otherworldly, approaches Earth. Its movements defy physics, and its presence fills the skies with an eerie light. Governments scramble to manage the situation. Are these beings friend or foe? Scientists plead for patience, urging humanity to embrace this historic moment. But military forces prepare for the worst, their weapons trained on the unknown craft. The seer's words offer no comfort. The stars will bring knowledge, but it will come at a cost. Beware the gift that cannot be returned. What lies within this vessel? Will it offer salvation, or will it expose humanity to dangers beyond comprehension? Stay with us as we uncover the truth behind this cosmic encounter. The eagle, once soaring high above all others, falters. The seer's voice grows somber. The eagle's wings shall weaken. Its cries will echo through empty skies. At home, internal divisions tear at the eagle's heart. Protests erupt in the streets, fueled by political scandals and economic uncertainty. The once mighty nation struggles to maintain its influence on the global stage, distracted by its own turmoil. Abroad, the eagle's allies grow restless. Some question its ability to lead, while others quietly forge new partnerships. The dragon's shadow looms large, and the lion watches from a distance, unsure of whether to support its faltering ally. But the seer's prophecy offers a glimmer of hope. The eagle shall fall, but it will not perish. From its ashes, a new form will rise. What could this mean? Could the eagle reinvent itself, finding strength in its trials? Or is this the beginning of its decline as the world's dominant power? For now, the eagle's fate remains uncertain. Will it weather this storm, or will it succumb to the forces pulling it apart? The seer spoke of a time when all nations would face a common enemy. A trial will unite the divided, she said, but only through sacrifice will they prevail. In the year 2025, this trial begins to take shape. Unprecedented climate events, economic instability, and political unrest converge into a perfect storm. Nations scramble to protect their borders and secure their resources, yet none can escape the ripple effects of this global crisis. And then, the unthinkable happens. A coordinated cyber attack on multiple continents. Power grids fail, communication networks go dark, and entire economies grind to a halt. Panic spreads like wildfire as governments realize the scope of the attack. But amid the chaos, something remarkable occurs. Nations once at odds begin to collaborate. The eagle, the lion, and even the dragon work together to restore order, pooling their resources and expertise. It is an uneasy alliance, but it holds, for now. The seer's prophecy grows clearer. The trial shall reveal humanity's strength, but also its frailty. Will this cooperation last, or will old rivalries resurface once the immediate threat is contained? Only time will tell if this great trial will bring unity or pave the way for even greater conflict. The end will come not with a bang, but with a choice, the seer said. Light and shadow shall clash, and man must decide his fate. In the final days of 2025, the world teeters on the edge of transformation. The arrival of the vessel, the rising tensions among global powers, and the wrath of nature converge into a moment of reckoning. Leaders gather in secret, their faces etched with worry. Decisions must be made: how to respond to the visitors, how to rebuild what has been lost, and most importantly, how to ensure humanity's survival. But behind closed doors, divisions emerge. Some argue for unity and cooperation, while others push for isolation and militarization. The seer's warning looms. The shadow will tempt, offering false salvation. Only the light can guide the way. The people of Earth, too, face choices. Protests and movements grow, demanding transparency and accountability. Yet, fear spreads just as quickly, threatening to undo the fragile progress made during the Great Trial. As the year comes to a close, the battle between light and shadow intensifies, not on a battlefield, but in the hearts and minds of humanity. Will mankind choose a path of hope and unity, or will it succumb to fear and division? As the sun rises on a new year, the world holds its breath. The trials of 2025 have left scars, but they have also planted seeds of change. From the ashes of despair, the seer said, a new dawn shall rise. Across the globe, small but significant shifts begin to take shape. Communities rebuild, drawing strength from their shared experiences. Innovations in technology and medicine promise a brighter future, while global leaders tentatively explore new avenues of cooperation. The visitors, too, leave their mark. Though their intentions remain a mystery, their presence has forced humanity to confront its place in the universe. The stars, once distant and unreachable, now feel closer than ever. And yet, challenges remain. The dragon still breathes, the eagle still struggles, and the shadow still lingers. The seer's final words echo through time. The future is not written in stone. It is a tapestry, woven by the choices of those who live it. As the world steps into this uncertain future, one question remains. Will humanity learn from the lessons of 2025, or will it repeat the mistakes of the past? The choice is ours to make.